Welcome friends. This is a video about how to crack the IIM interviews, and I'm going to give you a few tips about it. The journey up to this point after you've started preparing for your CAT is very clear. And as you can see on this timeline that we have drawn out here, there is this long preparation time and then those number of exams which you have to write, including the big exam, the CAT exam, and then finally the CAT results come out. And for those of you who have been lucky to get a call from a B school of your choice, you have this huge task ahead of you where you need to crack the interview. And this video is the first in a series of videos which is going to help you crack a B school call. Okay? You know, the last mile to everybody's dream is always the most dangerous one. It's the one which has got the maximum number of pitfalls. And at the end of it, there is this golden destination called the IIMs, or your favorite B school. And let us see how difficult it is to actually get there. The competition is very fierce, and you know, we did a quick calculation out here to see how difficult it really is. And we came up with this number which says for every one seat in the IIMs, there are more than 5 people competing to get that seat. So this is actually a very brutal type of musical chairs which is being played there. And if you look at my next slide, you can see that there are large number of seats. There are 4,553 seats in all. And there are approximately 25,000 calls which are being sent out. So you can make out how difficult this part of the journey is. So what makes it really more difficult is the fact that this whole process is what I would call a very fuzzy process. And why do I say that? Well, for one, most of the candidates who are appearing for interviews tend to have similar profiles. Most of them have got very good CAT scores. They have very good academic scores. And a lot of them actually look very similar. And the interviewer has to go through this task of actually finding out the 1 or 2 out of every 10 that he needs to pick up. And there is no syllabus for this. When you have to prepare for a group discussion or a PI stage, your life is the syllabus. It's huge. So with candidates being similar, no syllabus, and no right answers for any questions, it really is a very, very fuzzy process. No one knows what's the right answer. You could say, tell me about yourself, and whatever you might say, it might fetch you points, it might not. And there's no way for you to actually measure and understand whether you've done well or not. So that makes it even more challenging. Well, there are a few common interview questions, or I would rather say they're traps in some sense. And well, they're not meant to be traps, but if you get your footing wrong, you can fall and you can actually get out of the interview process by saying something which you did not mean to say. These questions are actually very simple, very innocuous questions, but they need a lot of thought before we answer them. Common questions are, tell me something about yourself. What are your strengths and weaknesses? What do you consider your biggest achievement in life so far? Why do you want to do an MBA? The big daddy of all questions. Which is your favorite subject? Are you satisfied with your academic performance? What are your goals, etc., etc. And these kind of questions actually leave us sometimes in a lot of doubt. You know, tell me something about yourself. How much should I say? Should I talk about my academic background, my interests, my hobbies? What should I not say? Is it good to be candid and forthright? Should I just give a simple diplomatic answer? There are many thoughts which are running through our minds. Similarly about when to do an MBA, etc., and why do I want to do an MBA, all these things. So what do successful students do? Let's take a quick look. You know, our years of training students and helping them get to the IIMs, we have realized a few things, that most successful students do a bunch of few regular activities. One of them, and is a very interesting part, is called working on your self-awareness. And they do this to kind of probe a little bit deeper into themselves and get some answers which are genuine and very meaningful. So when you work on your self-awareness, it always helps to take some personality tests. And there are many personality tests out there which can actually give you deep insights about how your behavior functions, how your mind functions, what are your values, and you can actually construct very powerful answers once you have these insights about yourself. One of the things we recommend our students to do is to write an autobiography or a life story. And what we say is take a lot of time off, sit down and write a 5,000-word essay about how your life journey has been. In that, we ask you to reflect about all the important moments of your life, the formative moments where certain values were learnt by you, or you became aware of certain positives about yourselves and even certain negatives about yourselves. So we ask students to reflect about the great moments as well as the moments of regret or failure, because you learn from every moment. Having written this autobiography, it prepares you to answer these tricky questions. So when somebody asks you about your strengths and weaknesses, instead of giving a very bland answer, you can actually give a more deep and a meaningful answer. And similarly for all the other questions. If you have a mentor with you, it is best to get your answers reviewed, because you don't have a second chance when it comes to interviews, and you really want to be well prepared with your answers. And finally, we always recommend to do a lot of mock interviews. You need people across you to set up a similar environment in which you will be interviewing, and then to make sure that you get appropriate feedback from those interviews. With this, I will conclude this video, and I will request you to watch our next video. We have a series of videos which we are releasing, and in the next video, I'm actually going to talk about the first interview trap, which is tell me something about yourself. So till then, I will wait for you to see you in the next video. Thank you.